sure you were expecting to hear the voice of a beautiful elf or wise wizard, so they could spin you a tale of golden ancient evils. But that is not this story. No, this is the story of 4 friends who call Middle-earth home. A dwarf of the line of Durinskind and obsessed with knowledge instead of gold. A man who claims to be part of the Rangers of the North, interested in the truth of his lost people. An elf of Rivendell, sworn to guide and protect the descendants of a once great house. And a hobbit of the Shire who collects treasures of the smallest kind. Together, with their strength, wit, and heart, they will face the growing shadows of the East, bringing light where there is darkness.
Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here. We're back for episode 8 of our Shattered Crown One Ring 2nd Edition campaign, and today is going to be a little bit different. But before we jump into that, I will remind you guys, if you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over on our Patreon. Link for that down in the description below. Join us at the $5 tier, you get access to all of our after shows. Join us at the $10 tier, you get exclusive access to some of our prep streams. While you're down there, click on that link, click on that Discord link, join us in the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation, and as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the corruption bar. That bar serves 2 purposes. One is when that bar fills, I do unspeakable horrors to my players here, and 2, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to their wonderful faces that you see here before you. That being said, I think I'm getting faster and faster every year. That being said, tonight's episode will be a little bit different. It will be a lot less roleplay, a lot more mechanics. We are officially in our first fellowship phase. Now, the One Ring is broken into 2 phases, the adventuring phase and the fellowship phase. What you just saw for the last several episodes was an adventuring phase. They have completed that adventure arc and are now in a safe haven of Bree where they can level up, find things, buy things, do stuff. It is our shopping montage episode. So there are a few mechanical things that we're going to be taking care of today on stream, which usually I do those kind of things off stream. So you guys will get a peek behind the curtain for that kind of thing. And if it all wraps up before our time, then maybe we'll drop some seeds for the next adventure phase. Cool. So one of the things I would like to do, and we discussed a little bit ago, was officially creating the company. Now, we all just discussed a minute ago that in Lord of the Rings, it wasn't until they actually made their way to Rivendell where they actually formed the Fellowship and formed their company. So you all knew each other to various affects and various connections, but you have now officially formed an adventuring company. You are all sort of in it to win it, in whatever that could possibly mean. So there are a few steps to forming the company here. The first of which is choosing your patron. Now, I know that several of you have several different ties to various people who are patron level in the world of Middle-earth. I have an idea who I think your patron will be for this campaign, but I'd like to hear from you guys as to who you think would be a good patron for what you perceive to be what you're doing. Page 52 in the book. The book lists the following. However, we can expand this to whoever we need to. Balin, son of Fundin, Bilbo Baggins, Círdan the Shipwright, Gandalf the Grey, Gilraen, the daughter of Duriel, Tom Bombadil, and Lady Goldberry. The Rivendell book also adds Elrond. It adds Elrond's 2 sons, who I can't think of. It adds... he has 2 sons and a daughter. It also adds... Aris, help me out here. Begins with a G. something. Oh. Glorfindel. Can you talk now?
Now we can hear
There we
you.
go. You're good. Glorfindel is who it was. Thank you.
Galadriel.
Gil-galad is the. I think he's very dead. I think he's dead.
Oh.
He's either dead or
I
he's
don't
back
know. It
in.
began with a G.
It did begin with a G. You were there. He's either dead or he's back in. He's back in the Elflands. Yes, Glorfindel, who is the right hand of Elrond. So, as I said before, Elrond's two sons. The one you just said that I can't think
Elladan
of.
and Elrohir.
Thank you, Glorfindel, as well as Balin, son of Fundin, Bilbo Baggins, Círdan the Shipwright, Gandalf the Grey, Gilraen, daughter of Duriel, and Tom Bombadil and Lady Goldberry.
Question:
Yes.
Are these patrons our characters want, or that we as players want?
Little bit of column A, little bit of column B, I think.
We haven't had a chance to learn Glowfrom's opinions on wizards, specifically Gandalf the Grey.
Interesting.
So, if we are looking for a dramatic entrance to our patron, Gandalf the Grey would be a choice.
It would be a choice.
That's
Well, you know what? We didn't hear about that, but did you know Glowfrom's dwarf?
Did you? Yeah, did you all know?
Yeah, that was so shocking. Really?
Shocking, isn't it? I would say though, Dot
God.
gets a little hyped about old Tom Bombadil.
Same.
And Lady Goldberry. Like, that's kind of fucking dope.
Yeah.
Here I was
He's very
literally
eclectic, though.
talking to Eris. I'm like, okay, who would Mike pick to be our patron? There is no way in fucking hell that Mike would willingly pick Tom Bombadil.
that is
because
correct.
because he would have to play out
Yeah.
Tom Bombadil as Tom Bombadil.
So here's what I'll say. I love Tom Bombadil. I have no problem being I have no problem being Tom Bombadil and dancing through the land as an immortal giant.
Everybody, can we get some corruption bars tonight?
Oh my
Specifically
God.
used to vote for Tom Bombadil so that we can see Mike do that again and
So-
again.
Yes.
So
and
there's
again.
I hope you clip that.
so
Someone clip that.
the thing is with the patrons, each one has an agenda, right? So, for instance, Balin, son of Fundin, has an agenda of reclaim lost strongholds and eliminate enemy lieutenants, etc. Bilbo has one that says recover lost lore and lost things. Círdan the Shipwright says rekindle hope and preserve the lore of the ages. Gandalf the Grey says warn the free peoples and inspire them to action. Gilraen, daughter of Duriel, says fight the enemy, defend the weak. I think I want to say Gilraen is like Aragorn's mom, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Tom Bombadil and Lady Goldberry.
We can't hear you, Dot.
He's right.
That's
yeah.
correct.
You're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I was 99% sure, but Tom Bombadil and Lady Goldberry have an agenda of protect the land, find and preserve what was buried, and Elrond has one that says protect the land, preserve the legacy of ages. So for me, my thoughts, given what we've seen so far of the campaign and what I know is coming, based on everything you have found and discovered, Tom Bombadil, his agenda doesn't exactly line up with the shadow stuff that you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Elrond does, though.
Yeah,
But
Elrond
this is
or
what
I don't know
Elrond
why.
kind of does.
And then I mean, I at least as Orphan, I feel like as a messenger, his job, his goal has been to tell the free people of Earth, of Middle Earth, about the incoming shadow and spread the word about things, right? So also Gandalf kind of aligns with what Orphan wants, but
I
don't know if
know,
that.
I know, I know. That's what I'm saying. I will not turn down Gandalf because Dot loves Gandalf.
Right.
Glowfrom does not like Gandalf,
Right.
so that's
That'd
just
be fun though.
um.
But also
I
very
would
predictable.
say, yeah, I don't know. There's
But
something
I'm-
about the Elrond piece there. Well, read
Mhm.
his again, Mike.
Elrond says, protect the land and preserve the legacy of ages.
That's the one. That
Mm.
is what the legacy of ages would be something that Glowfrom would be
That's
drawn
so
to.
up Glowfrom.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, I mean, if Glowfrom was
I mean,
going to
that-
put a vote in, that is like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to get to go to fucking Rivendell and see like libraries, and I'm in. So she would.
And I
Probably
think
make
that still
vote.
would align about sending spreading the word, and because it's about preserving what's good in this world, so
Yeah.
people are aware of the bad. So that
Now,
still would
I
align.
also have to put this out there.
Hmm.
Glowfrom has a personal agenda of getting a interview with Bilbo
Mhm.
Baggins.
Mm-hmm.
So, from a selfish standpoint, Glowfrom also desperately wants to know what really happened from his perspective when they went to reclaim Erebor. So, this whole recover lost lore and lost things is also like a.
I
Eris,
mean,
you're
even if
quiet.
They're not bad. I
Even
mean,
if
What are
you
your
read
thoughts,
it.
Eris?
You're not wrong.
Do you have a preference?
No, not really, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling very good today. So,
Oh, no worries. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't know, y'all. Do we take a
I mean-
vote?
Sure.
I feel like you can't go wrong with the ones that we've discussed so far.
I'm curious though about, you said Balin is one,
Hmm.
correct?
Yes.
This
That seems
is
more like a
this
war
would be
campaign.
there's a lot of dwarf stuff with Balins, and this would be before Balin's death,
Right.
Yeah.
this is
By a
before-
while,
Which
by
is-
a long shot.
which is fascinating to have some
true.
history that you're getting, like we're taking part in something that's going to maybe eventually lead Balin to Khazad-dûm. Something to think about. More meta thought than
Well,
like Willie doesn't give a shit.
Well, again, we're in the out of character phase here. The only I will say this in the meta sense. The only thing you all have pointing anywhere near Khazad-dûm is the fact that the map was written in the script of
in the script, yeah.
and you now kind of know that the map was probably written by Gror, who was
Glowfrom
not.
has zero interest in visiting any dwarven locations.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was also gonna add that in there.
I mean, like, the fact of the matter is Glowfrom she's not necessarily totally welcome anymore. She kind of had some words with her father, maybe.
Hmm.
The last time she visited when he settled down in Erebor with all his money. Might have to also do with Gandalf. Who knows? All in the same go.
Also, G keeps mentioning Elrond's sons. What are their things?
So they don't have one. So the only patron in Rivendell is Elrond, but it lists his sons, it lists Eristor, and it lists Glorfindel as like important people in there. So basically, if you want one of those people to be your patron, it's basically the same as it's basically your patron is Elrond via this person, right? Like Eladane and Elrahir, they are far more interested in directly. They serve as messengers on both sides of the Misty Mountains, and they often venture out like hunting and searching for the enemy close to.
Have they saved their mother yet? Where are we at in the timeline with that? She's already. Right?
She's gone. She's already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what she's already.
yeah,
gone.
yeah,
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yep. So Eladan and Elrahir would be like one, and they're more about like keeping Rivendell itself safe. Aristor is a scribe, and he is like he's a scribe and a talented brewer. So he's more interested in the land around a very specific brew. Dot. Keep your pants on. He is, and he's more tied to the land. And Glorfindel is Elrond's right hand and his general. So he's far more like Elverneth and Orphan would probably have interacted with Glorfindel more than Elrond, right? Because he's got like lordly, I'm in charge of a whole city level of shit to do, and Glorfindel is in charge of like the military and any communication with like rangers and shit. So the two of you would probably have a deeper relationship with him, or at least a more work relationship with him. Hopefully that answers G's question.
Gnome, do you have feels?
Honestly, I'm game to go with the flow with whatever. I think Willie is more invested in supporting Glowfrums just because they've not adventured together. And any sort of experience at this point is now has the potential of finding some really cool things. Like he got to swim in a pile of treasure, which was phenomenal. If there's something like that out there, what else is out there that he can find? And so now he's like kind of hungry for it. So really anything that has to do like just being able to go off and explore, like being able to go see Rivendell. Who doesn't want to go see Rivendell? Who doesn't want to go meet the elves? Like,
yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give my top two are Bilbo Baggins or Elrond.
I feel like for me, out of the two, for Orphan, it'd probably be Elrond.
You can, give two, like whatever your top two choices are. Let's just see what goes in the pool.
Gandalf and Elrond, then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Gandalf and Elrond. I think they align the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I Dot, I'm so sorry. I think the chase of being able to obtain access to Bilbo Baggins should be a very important moment.
It is. It
not
will be
necessarily like a handout. And not that it's a handout that Bilbo is our patron. Like patrons don't work like that.
Hey, I get it. I get it.
I
get
my
it.
vote would be for Elrond. I think my vote would be for Elrond.
Okay.
It seems like everybody's cool if we go with the Elrond route.
Yeah. JK, bitches, we're going with Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil, baby.
How did that go, Mike?
That being said, Mike, let us not forget the drama that could ensue if Gandalf just happened to stroll into the picture at some point.
Yeah. I mean, he does. That's what he does. Okay. So
shit up.
On the top left of everyone's character sheet, underneath standard of living, you'll have patron, and you guys can officially put Elrond.
Okay.
That is your official patron.
Where? Oh, I see.
So
does he have two L's or one L?
Just one L. ELROND.
I don't know why.
Step two, and step two, I feel can change. Step two is to pick your safe haven. As of right now, your safe haven is Bree. That's where you are until such time as you are able to or allowed to make Bree your. Make Rivendell your safe haven. So the Inn of the Prancing Pony or Bree is.
Where's that located?
I don't actually know if it's on a character sheet.
I don't think there's a place to put it.
Yeah,
I think it's something you choose every time you do. Like you choose what your safe haven is when you go to take this phase of the storytelling.
Yeah.
In that Bree, the Prancing Pony seems.
Yeah, I was about to say the inn has been Glowfrum's home for quite a while, so I imagine it will continue to be.
Okay. The next step is to determine the company's fellowship rating.
Ooh.
So, the group of player heroes is more than a band of roving mercenaries brought together by mere necessity. At its foundations are communal goals and mutual respect. This feeling of trust is recreated in the game by the company's fellowship score. Expressed by a numerical value, the fellowship is a pool of points shared among all players that is mainly spent to recover lost confidence. During the adventuring phase, player heroes can spend points of the fellowship phase to recover points of hope when resting.
Oh, nice.
Hope
Okay.
Hope is a mechanic in this game. It is a currency in this game that can be used when rolling to add a number of bonus dice to any roll. Additionally, fellowship can be spent to trigger special effects tied to the company's patron. The starting fellowship
Just
score.
summon Elrond.
Just summon
in the middle of
Elrond,
our battle.
the bolt of lightning.
Kingdom Hearts, that shit.
Yeah. The starting fellowship score of the company is equal to the number of player heroes in the group. This value can be augmented by the number of virtues or cultural blessings and by a bonus associated with the company's patron. So there are 4 of you, quite obviously. Let's see. Does Elrond give you any bonus? He gives you a bonus of +1. So
Oh, look at that.
It's wait,
Let's
plus
see.
1 where? What? Where?
Let's find
To
out.
to our score, our
Fellowship
fellowship
score.
rating.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So on the center right-hand
Mhm.
side of your character sheets, you
Under
all can
experience?
put under experience. You can put fellowship of 5.
Oh, fantastic.
The wonky thing about this is you have 5 collectively. So if
Right.
one of you spends
Right.
a point, you all spend a point. So you'll
Mm-hmm.
all have to update that.
Okay.
That is that step of the fellowship, of the creation of the fellowship. And the final step is to choose. This is the important one. I know we thought the patron would be the important one. Is to
Oh.
choose the fellowship's focus. So
Ha.
a company's fellowship rating represents the loyalty that the company feels toward each other, but some of them might share an additional level of companionship with another member of the company, such as a bond. Maybe due to the respect felt for someone wiser or nobler, a special friendship shared with old acquaintances, the kinship shared with a fellow compatriot, and the deep affection for dear family members, or the pity for someone considered to be weak. Each player can choose one member of the company as their player hero's fellowship focus. So you all get to choose amongst yourself who your focus is, and this will have repercussions mechanically down the line.
Is this an individual choice, or is that something that
It is an individual
person-
choice. You
Okay.
like Orphan chooses his focus.
then,
Elverneth
yeah.
chooses her focus. So you pick someone in the
yes.
party that is your person. And then what that does mechanically is anytime you provide support to your fellowship focus, you give them 2 bonus dice instead of the 1 bonus dice you would normally give, right? So Orphan, if you choose Elverneth, when you help Elverneth, she gets 2 additional bonus dice, whereas Willie and Glowfrom would only get the 1.
Gotcha.
This is tricky.
Yeah, I think just for Orphan, it's just a logical choice to go with Elverneth because it's
You know what?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm thinking the same thing. It makes sense for it to be Willie.
Mhm.
Though it may change depending on what we learn here very soon about some
Ooh.
things.
ooh.
My. Yeah.
Ooh.
Elverneth is obviously picking Orphan.
Okay. Willie?
I have no idea what we're picking. Not paying attention.
It's your fellowship focus. This is the person that you care about most in the party.
Huh? What?
Great. I'm glad I didn't just randomly blurt
It's
out
the
a
most
name.
Willie answer I've ever heard.
No.
Yeah. What
This is
did
this
you
is
say
the
we were talking about
unmedicated
again?
nomancer.
Yeah.
See-
yeah. Look. Okay. I don't have my Adderall.
See,
I am not. Look, I'm with you.
What- what happens is I get excitable and like very hyperactive and interrupty when my Adderall wears off, and Gnome is just in a new land.
Yeah. Like, huh.
Oh.
I wonder what will be for dinner tomorrow. Like, that's where I'm at.
Jesus.
Glowfrom, obviously. It's got to be Glowfrom for
Well,
Willie.
this is interesting.
So Gnome, just so you understand the mechanics of what you just chose, when you offer aid or the help action essentially to Glowfrom, you give her 2 bonus dice as opposed to everyone else you only give 1.
The one. Okay.
Make
Perfect.
sense? Okay.
Yeah. I did hear that part.
Cool.
I just didn't know what it was for. So cool beans.
Like I said, it's for your favorite person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys officially have you shall be the Fellowship of the Ring. You are
And,
officially
no
a
ring.
fellowship.
Yay.
Fellowship
Did I
of the
tell
Crown.
all of you I got my medal for walking
You
from
got
the
your
Shire
medal!
to
Yeah,
Bree?
that's
Do y'all
right.
want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it? Let me
Yeah,
grab it.
yeah.
Keep
let's
going,
see
Mike.
your battle.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, they give you physical medals. Hold up.
Oh my god, yeah, they're super cool. I am
There's-
so behind on the second one.
Yeah, you
Oh,
like you pop open the metal and there's like things inside of it too. Like it's not just like a piece of brass.
Okay,
It's
now
like
I want to sign
a
up.
moving thing.
Now I
Oh,
need
isn't
to
there
sign
like?
up.
Don't you get? Do you have the special one with the ring?
Oh,
Yeah,
You can
that's the
take the
first.
ring
That's
and
the
you put
first
it-
one.
Yeah, you can put
Yeah,
it
this
in
is
all
the
the other
first one.
ones.
I'm gonna try. My goal is to complete them all. I just can't afford them right now, but I will.
Yeah, it's
So
yeah,
here's-
that's the thing. It's like 50.
Oh yeah.
It says, Keep
okay,
it secret. Keep it safe.
Oh, that's so cool.
And
And
I
then
love the
it-
pipe at the bottom.
Yeah, the little there's like such cute detail on it, and then this piece
Oh.
opens up, and on
Oh,
the
that's
inside is the ring.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that just
I
amazing?
also have the one ring.
Is it from
Here,
the
you know what,
medal?
I'll
It is
wear it
no
today.
longer the one ring. It is the
Yeah.
ring.
It is a
There's
ring.
This is
obviously
the
more
one
than
It is
ring
one.
I
a-
earned for walking from the Shire to Bree. Is what this one ring
Hell
is.
yeah.
This is the one ring
very
that I
proud of.
bought off of Amazon for my son's birthday. That's what I got.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Same thing, Mike.
And I went back to watch the movie to make sure that I wore it on the same finger that Sauron does when he stretches out his hand for the ring.
Yeah,
Or for his
okay.
sword.
Because that's the comparison you want to make. Okay.
Well, no one else wears it.
Frodo wears it.
And Frodo puts it on the same finger. He puts it on his left index finger
That's
every
true.
time.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Almost as if it goes there.
I mean, it shrinks and grows. It can go any place you want it to go. It doesn't need to go on the index finger.
Strange,
Yeah, but
because
the ring
that's-
wants to be put on the index finger.
Right? That's the trick. That's
Can
the trick right there.
can confirm.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Yes.
So are we gonna get a name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's on you. You have not been christened by your patron as any
Patron
name.
yet. Mm.
Well, I haven't even met Elrond yet.
Exactly.
No, we
How's he
Yeah.
supposed to christen me?
He's saving the good name for Fellowship of the Ring. He pulled it
Yeah,
on-
he's
We
he's
got a
been sitting
handout.
on that one for a few seasons.
yeah, he pulled on that one for a long time. It's taken him a hot minute.
We're the other fellowship.
Well, so here's the thing with your fellowship, right? Or with your company. There are two sides within your company, which I find very interesting. Not just based on how you guys picked your pairs for your favorite person, but Elverneth and Orphan have a clear goal, right? Like
Mhm.
before the company was formed, they were sent out essentially by Elrond to do this thing. And Willie and Glowfram, no offense, have just been fucking about. And just sort of
Living a good life. I don't know
yeah.
what to tell you.
sort
very,
of
very good, like-
they've called themselves adventurers and have
We
never
have
been on
not.
one.
Mm-mm, not at all.
We are not
Not once.
adventurers.
Okay.
Not once has Willie ever called himself an
Um,
adventurer.
We've been on
Absolutely not.
adventures.
No,
Yeah, well, they
no,
haven't
not
even been
even.
on that. They haven't even been on
Oh.
that. So
They're outings.
yeah,
Yes.
they're outings.
Strapped to a
Yeah.
goddamn mountain troll is an outing.
Well,
Got
now
it.
they've
Yes.
had their first adventure.
Well, now we
Um,
can't really deny.
But if
yeah,
you-
it's hard to deny that.
But if you recall, while discovering things about the old troll, both Willie and Glowfram were very loud. They're very loud about their desire to stop this adventure immediately because they were in so far over their heads despite their height. Even at a regular human height, they would have been over their heads. And so now, by accepting Elrond as your patron, you have just dug your toes in to more of that shit, right? Like,
So here's my question: how do we know Elrond? Is that like through our cool elf friend over here, Elvornith?
it would be.
So
yeah.
are we just at the Prancing Pony and Elvornith's like, so y'all, I got somebody I want you to meet.
He's pretty cool.
Y'all.
Just act chill. Just act chill.
Have I?
So
killed-
Elrond walks into the prancing pony and just sits down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. I mean, like, I just
Oh, what a
Just
quaint
find that
place.
very interesting.
I suppose that it all depends on how we find out. Like,
Yes,
I-
is he calling
is
us for
this
something?
is this the time I start giving away secrets?
Ooh.
Is this the moment?
Okay.
Me?
Well, let me before we
Just-
give a secret. Oh, you know what? You know what? DM me the secret real quick. I think we're on the same page here. I just want to verify before I say something and ruin the secret. Because I don't want to do that. Yeah, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Let me double check a note that I have here.
Break
Because
out the
I
journal.
swear that I wrote down everything you said, and I for some reason cannot find it in my notes. Yeah, okay. That's all I'll say. Yeah, you can reveal your secrets if you so choose. I will say this. You upon return to Bree, you have been gone for about a 10-day. Upon return to Bree, the tavern keep, which his name escapes me at this moment, is waiting for you specifically, Alberneth, with a letter, a return letter, from the person you had sent your original letter to. So you can reveal your secrets if you so choose.
Well, I do have a bit of good news. It seems my raven was received, and I have a response. Well, Glowfrom, you'll enjoy this. I sent a raven to Elrond of Rivendell just before we left, and he has agreed to become our patron if we so
Oh.
choose.
We're gonna get to go to Rivendell.
Yes, well, I mean, I don't really.
What does he mean by patron?
Well, this is generally a person who funds your endeavors and helps guide you on whatever adventuring you might
Are we
need.
gonna get to talk to him?
I would expect so at one point. He doesn't quite often leave Rivendell. Just
Are you friends with a lot of well-to-do elves?
friends is an interesting word choice. We are close.
So you just sent a raven to Elrond of Rivendell.
I imagine if you were to attempt to send a raven to your grandfather, that you would
I'm sorry.
as well receive an answer.
Wait. Did you
Would-
just make a comparison between, was that a metaphor or was that like,
This
is
is
your
the first time.
grandfather Elrond?
Yes.
I'm sorry, did I say that too loud? Is your grandfather Elrond?
Is
A
this the
little-
first time Orphan is hearing this? Oh, you just see Orphan just turn and go, what? Wait, what? What do you, wait, what?
Who's Elrond?
Who's Elrond? Who's Elrond? Tell you who Elrond is. He's the Lord of Rivendell. You've heard of Rivendell.
Of course I heard of Rivendell. Story about elves.
He's like the king or whatever.
Oh.
So does that make you like a princess or something?
No.
So dare I ask what the granddaughter of the Lord Elrond is doing? Poking about Bree with a Ranger of the North? Or is that too personal?
I'm doing as I swore to do. About 10 or 15 generations ago.
Generations. So wait, you've been trolling around with the Rangers of the North for generations?
Yeah.
That means you were there before they were Rangers of the North.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just one in a long line.
I would not be so blasé about that, Orphan. You are one in a long line, an entire line, which is very dear to my heart.
I don't know. I didn't mean to offend. I just meant to say that you have been watching over us, taking and guiding us, and you've been there for a long time. But you see Orphan just latch onto the word that you care. You're just like, but yes. I mean, Elverneth has been with us and guiding us and guiding me all my life.
Can we go back? What is it you're doing in Bree?
Watching over Orphan.
Is Orphan like special? Orphan, who's your granddaddy?
I don't know. It's out of character question. Just for my own clarity, because I'm terrible at remembering shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because also I don't think I know as much lore in terms of just Orphan's history. Orphan just has been with Elverneth his entire life. She's been the only real connection, and he hasn't really been with the Dunedains, right? We haven't really talked about that, so I'm not sure. Mike?
I mean, that's up to you. Honestly,
Okay. Because I think that's what
the
I
way
went...
that I've written it is that Elverneth has been guarding your family for a very long time. She mostly keeps herself in the background. She's just kind of one of those people that is always there from generation to generation.
Mhm.
Not necessarily like, I am your nanny. No,
Right.
I'm not your nanny. I never have been or anything like that.
Okay.
But it's very much Elverneth has just been with the family.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
So
I think I just got confused.
I kind of left it open so that you can do with Orphan's backstory as you'd like, and I've just been there.
Got it.
Just because it's a chance for me to take a shot at KP here. It would be so much easier for me to answer that question for you if you filled out your fucking 10-minute backstory.
My lore is... I'm just...
Yeah, I don't know if you're a special person because you didn't write one.
Do with that what you will, Mike.
Yeah. You and Gnome haven't written
I see
dick.
I see it as a gift to you.
Yeah.
It's like a blank canvas. Be the artist you dreamed of being all your life.
Okay. But in that, you have to, when you have these questions, you have to then make up the facts on the spot, and that's the new lore.
You can't ask me your background if you didn't write one. I have nothing to check it against.
Oh my god.
Knowing that, what is it you're doing in Bree, Orphan?
I'm a messenger. I am here to uphold the Dunedain way, the Ranger way, and also to... Well, we've been searching, as you can see, for signs of potential recursion, potential return of what we saw, of darkness, of shadow, of return of the enemy. Any sign, any potential anywhere, we are trying to keep an eye out.
So it is
feel-
lucky. It is lucky that we found you when we did, because it led us to a place that definitely shows signs, which is why I sent the raven in the first place.
Oh, I see.
And to answer your question, I don't believe I'm special. I just know that we were lucky to have Elevorna to come to us to help us out. We're a dying group. There are far few of us, and there's not enough to continue our ways, not enough to pass on our knowledge, not enough to continue to train us and help us reach our potential, and to go out and do what we must do. And in that time of crisis, Elevorna came to us to help.
So then, what is it that Elrond wants with us? Me and Willie.
Well,
You know, I'm just waiting around for Bilbo Baggins to open his front door. Do you know what I mean?
he already done that once.
No, well, technically, I'm not legally allowed to go on his front lawn anymore. But you know, I can take a gander from afar.
You were saying, Willie?
Oh, I just built fences. I don't know what the king of
So,
Rivendell would want to do with somebody like me.
from my experience, it's not what you used to do, but what you have done after. And from my recollection, one of you decided to jump an actual mountain troll, strap himself to its leg, and then went on a merry old journey all the way into the Shadowlands, while the other here chose to follow, pretended to be dead for quite a bit of it, but at least made it all the way there and discovered things. And I think what Elrond saw here is potential.
Fair
So-
assessment.
Thank you.
What is it about Orphan's family or his lineage that's so important that you would guard it for 15 generations?
Some say I take my commitments a little too seriously.
Oh,
Well, what do you say?
I say some of us do many things out of love, even far past the time where they are still needed.
Long drink from the beer glass.
so what now? I mean, we followed the treasure map. We found what was down there. We've, sold what we could. Have you learned anything about the crown? But other than that, I was thinking maybe tomorrow I'd sleep in and maybe grab an extra early logger.
I mean,
That doesn't have to change now.
we did
But
earn
what does it
rest.
mean for him to be our patron? Like, is he going to ask us to do stuff, scary stuff? I'm technically a pacifist. I don't really like fighting.
If I recall, you taunted a troll.
I may have taunted him, but I didn't want to fight him. I don't even make weapons, not with these ends.
You're one brave soul.
Well, Willie was in trouble. What was I
Yeah,
supposed to do?
So I have an out of character question for our GM. What does the response say? Exactly.
I'm trying to be crafty and translate it into Quenya. So
Okay.
I
if you
will
could
get back to
just
you.
give me the English version.
Yeah.
That way I can
Stop being
continue this
extra
dialogue
about
while you
it, Mike.
continue translating, you big
I
fucking
was
nerd.
trying to be cool about it, guys.
Oh, totally cool. So cool.
Look, I'm trying to role play. I need all my tools.
You were
please.
killing it. You were killing it. There you go. It's in
I could
Zoom for
use
you,
me
Aris.
prompts now.
It's in Zoom for you, Aris.
Thanks.
You nerd.
Listen, it's
I make
difficult.
lore, not war.
Listen, my Quenya and my Sindarin are rusty. Okay, I gotta fucking brush up my game. Give me a break.
Well, I don't think Elrond really needs any fighters or anything like that. What I generally do is look for information. I search for the darkness and seek out those rumors, like the ones we investigated, and
Rumors, you say?
followed the trail. Yes.
You know, you with rumors is
That's exactly
information,
what he needs.
knowledge. You know, I'm actually really, I like knowledge too.
Yes.
Someone
So
who keeps records of that knowledge would be quite beneficial.
true. I have records right here, and you know,
Indeed.
Willie likes knowledge, don't you, Willie?
Oh, I mean, occasionally, I like a good written mystery or something like that. But
You like shiny
Usually-
knowledge.
I
Usually
do
a
like
lot of
shiny
these-
knowledge.
I
a lot of
almost
these-
forgot.
Oh,
And I pull out my bag and I rummage through it a little bit, and I pull out a golden ring, not the one ring, just a golden ring,
mhm.
and I hand it to Willie. I say, "This, my friend, is some treasure from the tomb that we just went to. I know you were very much wanting to take something back, even something just a tiny trinket, and I knew we couldn't get very much past those ruffians, but I was able to take this. And I also have this, and I pull out a very beautiful tiara. I'm not entirely sure what this is exactly, but it does have some sort of magical essence to it. I can feel it.
Mike, as someone would lore be able to help identify what this, or at least get an inclination as to what this tiara might be, or what would be needed, if possible?
Oh shit. No.
Okay.
I would say the only person who could roll for information on this might be Elverneth. This is going to be this is going to have to be a research thing. This crown was found in a barrow belonging to some let me verify the location. But probably like Rudarian lord, which is one of the 3 last kingdoms of Arnor, so an ancient Dunedain. So there would be you would have no knowledge of this, given that you grew up in the woods, right? Like you have knowledge of like of oral history. This would have to be like the annals of whatever the city was that was
He said
where
annals.
Midgewater is. Children.
It's too old for orphan, sorry.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Wait, so care to explain what did you guys discover at this burrow? Like, what happened? Well, before that, on my end,
Okay.
Timaeus, whatever his name might be, status update. He was asleep most of the time. He went and drank, then went back to sleep. I think he's a little bit depressed after his entire excursion. He's probably not depressed, but at least not himself. He seems.
You might say
sad.
that he is now
He's very depressed.
depressed into a state of death. In fact,
I meant to.
so okay, let me start from the beginning.
thought you were
We go
telling me
out
something
into the
else.
marshes. We get lost for a few days. Along the way, we stumble upon a bunch of burrows and a stone throne in which we saw a big, scary bug creature, humanoid-like, but not humanoid-like. And then, just before we thought we might lose our minds, Willie puts his hiney on the throne and sees it, the big black burrow, sitting there just in front of the king's thrones. And then Willie's like, oh no, my daddy's inside. And I was like, your daddy's not inside. Yes,
My
he
dad was
is.
not
No,
inside
he's
at all.
not. He's not inside. But then Willie, he was non-stop the whole way, and I like skied across his thing tried to get to him, and then we dive inside after Willie. After I moved the rock, of course. And it was like a whole thing. And then we get down there, right? And we find these remains of the people that were here last time, because Tamius is a little murderer. That Tamius.
He did what?
Found out he had murdered. Well, maybe not he did, but he was involved in some murdering of each other and his friends, because there's treasure. Surprise, surprise. The evil doings of most creatures on this place. And then, just when we thought we was going to get out, we didn't get out, because there was a dwarf. Grorg. What was his name? That
Gror.
shithead. Gror.
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 Just
Gror, he
R.
called himself. He locked us in.
Gror?
Gror.
Grar. Indeed.
Anyways, he locked us in. And he pushed the thing back, and he was like, "Get my treasure. I'll be back for you." We were like, "No, that's not going to happen." So we made a plan. So in 24 hours, we hid behind all of the dead bodies. Oh, and he left us a John.
A John?
What's the guy's
What?
John?
Oh,
He left
yeah,
us a,
yeah, John.
a man. He was
What
a man.
pleasant
A John.
fella.
Yeah, it was really nice, and he helped us out in the end. We gave him a lot of treasure for it, but and in the end, we escaped, but not before Elavornith did a bunch of deep diving into the waters with all the treasure and came out with all of this stuff.
Right. So the charge that you told me to watch over is dead.
Yeah, you
And
did a
you-
real good job.
Thank you.
That was not genuine. So you know, Orphan.
No, I figured.
I know
as
it's hard to tell with me accent and all.
You, I only clarified because you said thank you, and that was not a compliment.
yes. Thank you, Elavornith. I will.
That being said,
my-
Elavornith, she like put an arrow straight through him, so he's out there somewhere injured in the marsh. And then all of his goons came down. Right, we were like, "No goons, not today!" And it smashed his foot, and Willie chopped his legs off.
Jesus
I did feel really
Christ.
bad. I gave him all of my treasure. How did I put it for all of it? I didn't want a single drop of it. It is the least that I could do for taking a man's leg.
It was pretty impressive, actually, if I just say so myself. And just when we thought we wasn't going to make it out, we did.
I did
And,
patch them up afterwards as well.
That's
Oh,
true.
even-
It only felt
Fantastic.
right, since they betrayed us, that we would at least give them. We left the rope at least for them to climb their way out if they still can.
And you made him
Yes,
ladder.
I mean,
And the
when-
ladder, which I spent a lot of time crafting, if I just say so myself.
I mean, I suppose they can still climb using 2 arms and no legs.
It's true, all upper body strength.
So what pressed you to actually take a man's legs?
Did I mention they were trying to kill us?
Yeah, they
fair
were sent
enough.
there to kill us. It was so completely out of self-defense.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't want to do it again.
No,
Very
no one
gruesome.
does. No one does.
So,
Well, here you are, safe and sound.
Yeah, we've got treasure. I found some old dwarven tools, and
Oh.
Elevord, any thoughts on this here?
Crown.
Diadem? Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. Crown?
Yeah, you said I was the only one who could make a roll. Can I make a lore roll?
You can.
Do I have any bonus dice?
You do not.
Oh,
Great
Ooh,
success!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Great
Great
success.
success. Outstanding. Let me see.
I just need Borat's face to show up instead whenever we have great successes.
Instead of criminy. Let's see. You know that it is of Westernist make, meaning it is actually crafted by the men of the West. It is of actual, pre-Dunedain make. There is a, I think it's made of silver, and it has a pearl set in the center of it, in the center of the circlet. and you know that it emanates a faint magical nature. Is what you know, just because you're more sensitive to that. Based on what you saw of that barrow, right? It was the largest of the barrows around there. Typically, not everyone is buried in a barrow. Typically, only those of some sort of nobility or of monetary worth that can afford to do so. That being said, it was buried in the largest barrow of the land with several other people. Because it was broken into, it's hard to tell who the other people were. If there was money in there, they could have been attendants or family of the person in there. However, your best guess is the barrow belonged to a lord of that town, whatever that town would have been back in the day. Which again, there was so many human towns in the area that it sort of slips your memory. Probably not in the line of kings, as you know that in that area, the line of kings did not reside that far south. That would be probably someone of lower nobility, because it is basically the border where the Midgewater Marshes is now is basically the border between Rudour and Cardolan. So likely it would have been a lord given position and power over that land to act as a border town, or as in a like a defensive stratagem. Seeing as how it was fairly close to Weathertop as well. So not a high noble, sort of a low noble, and that's kind of all you get from the information at hand, without having to research or access a library of some kind.
Copy pasta.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I will share that information.
I'm
saying-
not used to actually taking a lot of treasure. What do we do with it now?
Well, usually when one does decide to take treasure, it's used to help them in some way.
I just put it on display.
I'm sorry?
I just put it on display. The whole little hovel is full of trinkets and baubles, and if anybody wants to come and visit, that
Yeah, but this is like an ancient magical, Dunedain kingdom crown.
Mm-hmm.
Not
You can't
quite.
just set it on a shelf. Where are we gonna? I mean, we don't even know. I feel, maybe we should. I don't know.
I mean, perhaps the best choice is to take it to Elrond or someplace that it can be kept safe.
Does Elrond know we have it?
No, because we
No.
received it after I
Oh, after
sent the raven. No, I honestly I feel that either you or Orphan should probably hold on to this.
Me?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, you should keep it for sure.
yeah,
I
why
have
would you not
no
keep it?
interest in shiny things.
I mean, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I mean, if you want me to keep it for safekeeping, I'll keep it for safekeeping, but all right.
Well, one of you ought to be wearing it. I mean, what else do you do with the crown?
You want to get robbed in the street?
Yes,
Just
I don't
wear an
think
ancient
me.
crown around?
And I show off what I'm wearing, and it's clearly like just really old, tattered outfit. It's like it would be quite out of place if I were to wear something like this, but I could hold on to it.
I mean, don't the Rangers of the North have like a special hidey hole for their people's things? Stop.
I mean, we can certainly find a way to hide away and keep what is
Guess
important hidden.
It just only seems right. It goes to you, or at least your people.
But don't put it down in a hole.
Well, I didn't say a hole. I mean, I didn't mean like a
Oh,
literal
Orphan said we
hole.
were just going to
I
put
mean,
it down in a hidey hole.
No,
hole.
I said it's a. What I meant is not just in a random place, but I do mean that we do have locations and places where things can be kept secret. However, our people are quite nomadic now. We don't really have a home. We don't really have a place that's specific to us. Or at least, not yet.
We can at least keep it safe and secret.
I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, I didn't know. I like I said, I don't keep treasure or shiny things, not really. I know. That's what I said.
Just to be fair, I feel like probably Elvorneth already has noticed this, but in case anybody wants to notice it, he says Orphan's been saying one thing, but he's absolutely been eyeing the crown like a little kid who's just like, oh,
Shiny.
shiny.
Elverneth will just kind of subtly push it towards Orphan.
Oh,
Put it on, put it on.
Well, if you insist, and he puts it on. It's just there's like a weird awkward moment where he's just like looking at it. He's like, this feels silly. This feels, and he
It
kind of takes
suits
it
you,
off.
honestly.
I mean, yeah, you're handsome in a, kingly sort of way.
I love how she's just staring over your shoulder.
What a creep.
Oh, baby.
It
So
should be called the.
big.
Yeah, she is. Well, come on.
Oh, baby. Kitty.
Oh, goodness, you're so needy. I got it. Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Tavern Kitty. Kitty.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Tavern of the Pretty Kitty. No,
Oh, no.
no, don't climb me. I know how you're feeling. I know.
So I have a question, Mike. Would I know what it does? Because I know that you said you were trying to find it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So mechanically,
Okay.
it gives you +1 persuasion.
Yeah.
There's no
so
no like rules or mechanics in the game for like figuring out what magic it does. It just does the magic.
Yeah.
I mean, you do look splendiferous. Handsome, a little put on, if you
Compelling.
know what I mean. Yes, compelling. What a beautiful word.
Well, I mean, if you insist. And he puts it back on awkwardly and kind of just to see, like shakes his head a little just to see if it falls off. Well, at least it fits.
Oh, here, take a look at what it looks like, and will you go ahead and take one of like the metal tankards and like and like use it like a mirror? Yeah,
It's just a
your
warped.
face is just protrudingly round, stretched out.
Yeah, you look good.
Oh,
I mean, did Elrond ask us to do anything, other than just like say yes?
He asked me to investigate further. He said to conscript companions, only those I hold close.
Oh, I see. So you picked us.
Yes.
Look at that, Willie. We got picked.
We got chosen for something.
I know we got picked for
We
something.
didn't have to pay or beg.
I know.
We're just secretly
Usually
going along
in the
anyways.
tater barrel race, we're always picked last.
Right? Fools.
Well, out of everyone I've met recently, not only are you both very quick and astute, you are extremely brave as well.
We've been known to be brave sometimes, right, Willie?
you see,
But it's not quite a thing that the people tend to call us. Foolish.
Glorfram, I have to say, I've grown rather fond of you and Orphan too. Your company, it's nice. And unlike majority of the people here in Bree, you don't think Willie and I are strange at all. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
Why would we think you're strange?
You're very strange. I like it.
Well, at least you're fond of it. Everybody else seems to shy away from us. But, I like that. So, you know what? I'll say yes. I'll say yes to being in your company. Tell
Fantastic.
Elrond that's a big check on the box at the bottom from Glowfrom.
Elverneth, perhaps it is the light. Perhaps it is the head upon which it now sits. But as your conversation continues, you notice something you did not see before, and this is the effect of your great success. In the crown, there is the large central pearl, but there is like worked into the design, which is essentially like a loose braid of metal, basically that wraps around the head. This isn't it's not a complete like full 360 crown. It's kind of like a circlet. Worked into the band around the side, you see 3 notches on either side, like interwoven into the braid, where it looks like something could have sat. Like a small pearl or like a piece of something. And as like Orphan kind of adjusts to it and moves around, you see that nothing in fact did sit there, but perhaps the weathering of time has worn away what was there, a little symbol or something. And as you see it, it looks like almost a star. And you realize once you see it on him that there are 3 stars on one side, 3 stars on the other side, and then a central large pearl. And as soon as you see it get placed on his head and he starts to like turn and move, you recognize that symbology of 7 stars. This is not a relic of Rudour. This is not a relic of Cardalon. In fact, the area that Bree sits in and the area that Midgewater Marsh sits in was contested territory. It wasn't officially claimed by anyone. That symbology is of Arthedain.
Said there were 6 stars and then the center.
And in the center, so a 7 stars with the central one being the largest is a well used heraldry in Arthedain.
Now that I see the crown, the symbology of Arthedain is quite strong on it.
Would Orphan know that reference?
Yeah, absolutely. So once Arnor was sundered, essentially the last king of Arnor, who was the last king of kings, died. He had 3 sons, and though he had an elder son and the crown should have passed to him, the other 2 bickered, guarded nobles to their side, and eventually the crown was, or the kingdom was split in 3: Arthedain, Rudour, and Cardalon.
This comes from the original kingdom.
Yes, it's, as I said, it's quite old.
I'm not, Elrond, I'm not worthy to wear this. This is not.
Absolutely not. Orphan, while you are not directly in the lines of the kings of Arthedain, you are of their home, of their houses. Out of anyone I have met recently, you are the most suited to wear that crown.
I mean, well, I'll strive to continue to be worthy of it then. But if I ever choose or find someone who I feel is much more, this is not something I should be wearing on my own, or is something I should be heralding on my own. This is a relic of my people. This is something that they should decide, I feel. Or at least someone who can. You know what? I don't know what to say. I'm blathering.
Who do you think? Who do you think in this time and place would have the authority to say who should be wearing any crown?
Well, I suppose it'd be the princess. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. um, but you're right. At least I'll hold on to it, and I will strive to stay worthy of this gift. And you just see him like touching because he's just like, holy shit, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, put on your character sheet that you get a bonus die to persuasion while you're wearing it so that you don't forget, because that's important.
Would that just be in like one of the, where would I even note that? Just that wouldn't be weapon. Mike,
I
where
mean,
would
maybe
I
under gear to the right.
armor experience gear? Is it under armor? Or
No,
on the
up top right.
top.
oh,
top
there it
right.
is. Okay, yes.
Gear. It's
got it.
just a open box.
Gotcha. That is the what's it called? Does it have a name?
It's just a Western S circlet. That's all you know for now.
Okay. Got it. Cool. So
Okay. So, just so I get this fully straight, that treasure we found at the bottom of some flooded cave, or tomb, really, is an old, ancient Aranor artifact?
it is.
And what is the significance of the stars and the pearl? Is that it's from one of the original houses, you say?
Yes.
This is the house. Yes, this is the original kingdom where that it all started from.
What are we doing with that?
You
I
tell
really
me.
don't
Well-
know. That's really that is like thousands of years old. Like ages old.
And now it's brought to the surface where everybody could take a look at it and see and understand the power behind it, the history behind it.
But I no questions there from Glowfrom. I'm just thinking, what are we doing with it? We can't. I'm a bit nervous being, that seems important. And on a pretty regular basis, I break just about everything I touch.
Well, good
I
thing
lean
it's not
back.
sitting on your head. Glowfrom, look, lost things are meant to be found. We happen to find it.
Glowfrom,
Okay.
what is the likelihood that out of all of the trips that Timaeus and all the other adventurers that were going to that cave, how many times do you think they went there? Probably a lot. And they've skimmed the bottom of this flooded cave many times. Did they find it? No, I did.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Sometimes.
Bait. Orphan was meant to have this crown. I get it now. Okay, I'm in.
That was
Count me
easy.
in.
Just
Easy.
had to go with the
Most illogical of logics. That's the one I choose.
I mean, but it sound logic though. Out of all the times they went skimming the surface, they didn't get this. We did.
It's true. But what does that mean? I mean, are you like
Means-
imported or something, Orphan?
I'm only as important as how much I can be of use to us and to this friendship and fellowship. Nothing more, nothing less. And my goal.
That's very kind of you. I was gonna say I'm really excited to meet Elrond, and I'm excited that our friendship has allowed that to happen. But that's really deep, Orphan.
I have my moments. Thank you.
I'm moved to me core.
Thank you, friend. I'm glad to see I can impress you.
You know, we should really probably invest in some good horses if we're going to be traveling all the way to meet Elrond. We're going to meet him, right?
Eventually, I'm sure. Though I'd imagine with a journey that long, since we are already here and the leads that we've found so far are here, we may want to investigate maybe what's going on in the Barrow Downs a
So
bit
it's
more
funny you say that,
before
right?
we go all the way to Rivendell.
I was thinking the same thing. All right, so I've been trying to piece this puzzle together. I've been going back through my notes, right? I have a lot of books here. Okay, if we go back to Old Timaeus and some of the things that we got, do you remember the mention of the Witch King of Angmar? We were talking about the Witch King.
Yes, one of the fallen.
Now, I know some things about history, at least what I've been allowed to read through a few dwarven history books. My understanding, now please correct me if I'm wrong, is that your people were destroyed by the Witch King of Angmar.
He was the cause, yes.
Now, because I've spent my time in and around Bree for, say, the last 20 years or so, I'm fully aware that there is a ruin nearby of the Witch King of Angmar. I'm just saying, if we want to go exploring and get some answers, could be an deity across.
Just gonna ominous GM voice interject here. What ruin are you talking about?
The ruin.
The ruin.
Yeah, your
Muted.
sound cut
No,
out.
I know. That's what I was saying. I
Okay.
don't have sound. Now I should have sound. Which one am I talking about? I have to get to the right book.
The nearest
talking
known
about
one is Weathertop, right?
Weathertop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mike's like, wait a second, I got it.
So, contrary to what the movie would have you believe, Weathertop is not a Witch King ruin. Weathertop was a watchtower. It was one of the watchtowers. It is the last remaining watchtower that is semi-formed of Arthedain. Actually, Arthedain and Rudauer fought
exactly
over
where
it.
we should go.
It was where one of the Palantirs existed before it was taken by Arthedain. But currently, Weathertop is often used by Rangers of the North as like a, not quite a safe haven, but a relatively safe enough space that like it's okay to sleep here for a night or two, or stash a few. Like they have like a little cache of like spare food hidden in the place. Yeah.
Okay, so then I
it's
probably know that just from
relatively
general
safe.
travel. Okay, so then I'll rewind and I'll say, so we could always head over to Weathertop and see if, you know, everyone like brilliant ancient mind can pick up on something. But my question is, what are we going to learn? We're missing a huge piece of history. We need like a book or someone who will fill us in on what we're missing. If we're supposed to like pick up a trail.
Well, going to Weathertop won't actually further our mission in any way.
Oh, I was just curious.
Groups quite often use it as just a safe haven for a day or two. So it's not really a wealth of information or history there to be found. Other than if you come across someone who does have information while they're there.
So what is it we're supposed to look into for Elrond then?
Well, it's very hard to know exactly what we're looking for. More shadows and hints of the enemy. Because we found those bone effigies, those that was the concerning piece of information.
Oh.
Um,
What, I'm so sorry. What bone effigies?
oh, right, you didn't get close enough. Well, Willie, would you like to tell Glowfrom about your favorite piece of architecture from the Troll's Cave?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I could. There were a bunch of skulls and bones and bodies and whatnot.
Okay.
Just massive piles. Uh, and they also like reached out, right? Wasn't what came out of it?
You bumped into one and it fell down on top of you.
Oh, okay. Never
Okay, so
mind.
it was scary for you. But not-
Alverness was
Absolutely
being
terrifying.
cheeky.
Willie's like racking his mind. It's like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden I was next
Was it-
next to there a pile of bones, and they just like reached out to try to grab me. It was awful. They fell down,
Okay.
made a bunch of rackets.
Wait, go back. These are different than just say any general pile of bones in a troll cave.
Yes, once you got closer, then your group closer to the troll cave, there were huge effigies, pillars of bones, obviously constructed. Willie
Trolls don't
bumped into
usually
one
do that.
and it instantly fell. So they're obviously put there for a reason.
An effigy to what?
Well, they seemed very much like other signs of the Witch King of Angmar that I had seen before.
Oh, yeah. His name has stuck with me. Okay, so you think what he's having the trolls set up effigies to him for what purpose?
That is why we need to investigate. We don't know.
Oh, I really hate trolls.
I don't think anyone really likes them very much. But
Willie does. He rolled, you know. Right, Willie?
Not sure how much of that was of his own choice and how much of that was circumstance.
Okay, so if the Witch King of Angmar is sending out hyper smart troll goons to build effigies to him, there has to be some kind of reason. And that would mean there'd be more than one of them. I imagine it's not just one troll doing it. If you're going to build a scary death cult, you might as well do it with, you know, more than one.
But would anyone really want to risk us going all the way back to find an old troll? Is that all you have to
No,
go
I
do?
don't, in fact, want to risk it at all. You know. Oh, I've got an idea. What if we do this the old-fashioned way? The only way to learn about Shadow is to go to the people who are closest to it. We start putting some rumors around, paying off a bunch of, you know, well-do-nothings here in town, start learning about where troll sightings have been. We can set up a map, mark the most recent troll sightings or strange sightings of a sort, and try to get a general area. See if we can pinpoint, you know, a centralized location.
To do this conspicuously, otherwise, or sorry, inconspicuously, otherwise, we don't want anybody to have to point it to us to say that we are looking for this information.
Oh yes, no, we should. I mean, there are 4 lads in here I could get shadowy information out of in about 10 minutes time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me how. That's part of the beauty is I don't know yet, but I could do it. Because I'm telling you, they've got that information. Most of it is they want to spill it anyways, right? Darkness spreads from person to person. Putting the worm in your ear, if it were.
I could also go undercover, and then you see Orphan kind of put his hood up, and it just looks like any other.
Take the crown off. You look like you got horns.
Oh, I'm not used to this yet. I take it off and put it away. But then, as he puts his hood back up, he just looks like any other vagabond that's around town. He goes, I could perhaps get into the company and ask around.
I was about to say, usually they'll spill the beans if you do first. So make up some fake story about how you saw something ridiculous. You know, something nobody would believe. And I bet you they'll believe it.
Well, I could use some stories, I suppose. Make something up.
Well, following rumors and hearsay is how we got this far, and I believe it's worth at least investigating. Though I question the wisdom of actually going undercover. It seems as though that's a good way to get yourself separated or targeted in some way.
Well, you
I
know,
mean,
I'm well liked round these parts. I could do it.
I feel that as good as you are, Glorfin, I feel that you would probably stand out a lot more. And if anybody were to ask around and wonder why people are asking about troll sightings and any other strange things about, they would be easily. Oh, there's the dwarf over there, the one that is flashy.
Watch this. I get up and I act a little sway drunk with my mug in my hand, and I go, gold coins for the best story in the house. I'll go first. And I slide a gold coin across the table in the middle of the prancing pony. And I say, I saw a troll. And not any troll, but a troll with a hobbit trapped to its side, running through the burrows. And I drink, beat that.
Come on, Mike. Beat it.
So, Jesus Christ. You are essentially trying to goad the prancing pony patrons.
I'm hoping maybe to use awe actually to some degree.
Because
It's actually better than my persuade.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a bit
I mean,
of
it would be
a boisterous dwarf.
It would be awe for sure. So go ahead and roll me awe.
This is important, so I would like to spend a hope point to add an extra die to this.
You can do so.
I will. This is important. Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
Oh no! Oh.
Yes, I live for this shit.
Interesting.
I like my pipe too.
Yeah, so you brazenly stand up, orange embers from the pipe sort of sparking up beyond the mustache, as you slam a coin down, boastfully shout out about this tale, this challenge, and you shout out that you have a story about a troll with a hobbit strapped to it. You slam back your ale and slam the flagon down on the wooden table. And
Great.
almost simultaneously, you smash this flagon down. The door to the prancing pony bursts open, reminiscent of your first night here, and a cold northern gust of wind blows in, and the fire in the hearth sputters out. And all eyes turn to you and your party. Everyone, you have their rapt attention. No one has a story that can beat yours, but everyone is paying attention to you.
2 gold coins for anybody that's got a story that can beat mine. No?
You see Orphan try to tug you back down.
The
All right, fine.
the entire room falls to a level of silence you've never once heard at the prancing
That's
pony.
okay. That's okay. I can still learn a lot from this. While I'm standing here and all eyes are on me. Who looks guilty?
Interesting.
That's
Roll
a good
me.
insight roll.
Yeah, roll me an insight.
All right, I'm going to try to do
Can I
better.
help with that?
Yeah. how
You
about
can
this?
give her a 1 bonus die if you'd like.
Okay. Okay, I could probably use
Can
it. It's not
I
gonna
can
be
I
very
give
good.
her my bonus die that you gave me for telling her to die quieter?
Yeah, you can. So you can effectively give her 2 bonus die.
There you go.
There you go.
I love you.
Love you too.
A
Oh, there
big
we go.
success! Oh,
Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I gotta pull up a name.
I know I didn't actually do anything to help, but you're welcome.
That was great. You were fantastic.
It was just the ominous presence behind her of disapproval, of
feels
of
like
matron,
better not.
yeah, of matronly disapproval that she felt from you. God damn, what is that dude's name? The owner of the Prancing Pony.
Oh,
That's a name.
here I can tell you that I have a dictionary for this very purpose. Hang on. Prancing Pony. Alphabetical order says it'll be right up in here. Okay. Pipeweed.
Well, yeah, he has a name and I can't think of it.
It's okay.
And I don't have it in my notes. He's a jolly man with a bulbous nose. And
Yeah, he
a
is,
mustache. And a mustachio.
Mustache.
I know his name. It's on the tip of my
Oh
tongue.
my gosh,
It's
yes. what the-
Barlaman. Barlaman Butterbur.
There you go. It was a B.
Yeah.
Is it
I
Barnaby?
have Barnaby.
It's Barnaby. That's what it is. It's Barnaby.
Mm.
Cool. So you see him again. He with everyone else. He turns towards you, rapt attention, and he walks out from behind the bar, and you see him wrench the door closed as if he's fighting against a gust of wind still, and latches it closed. And as soon as it latches closed, the fire kind of sparks back to life. There is still a cold chill in the air. And you look around, and what you notice on a great feat success, is firstly, no one here looks guilty. But
All right,
everyone
but
everyone here looks terrified.
Interesting. Like, not terrified of me, but terrified of the door.
Terrified of the events that just happened, right? If Glowfram is to believe that no one found the crown because it was Orphan who was meant to wear it, everyone now looks at you, the words you just said, the slam you just made, the door blowing open, the fire going out, that is equally fate.
Superstitious. It's superstition in the air, I'd say. But nobody looks like they might know a little something extra about what I was talking about.
Nobody looks like they would know what you're talking about, and nobody looks like they have a story that can beat that.
Well, I guess I'll take my 2 coins that I've won myself and buy myself a drink. Alone at the bar, and I cross and let everybody look at me while I chug me ale and I buy another one.
Barnaby slides you an ale across the bar with a grimace. You are a favored patron here, as we saw previously. He takes your coin and just sort of nods and grunts at you and hands you the ale. There are still eyes on you and your party, and this place is still...
Party poopers you all are, letting the cold and chill kill your spirits.
This place is still not dead silent, but it is still much quieter than it was before.
And I come back over and I finish me drink. I go, where's the music?
This place feels like a wake.
Oh,
Well,
I dare say your proclamation was a little too dramatic.
might as well go as far as you can go and then, pull back or whatever. And it wasn't a total failure. We learned quite a few things.
And that is?
Well, there is definitely something unnatural about that troll. Unnatural about that their door, and that all of these people here don't know a damn thing about it because they look scared shitless.
Scared as in they've probably seen it before and now are afraid that it might
Scared
be
as
coming
is they
back,
don't
or
understand it.
Mm. So
Fair.
that means no sightings around here, for at least none
Or
in
else
this
they're too
tavern.
scared to talk about it.
But that would mean
there is a reason that the Rangers of the North are shunned and thought less of, despite their integral role in the area. Anyone who would venture outside the safety of town to fight the unknown, to track the unknown, to learn about the unknown, is dangerous and out of their mind. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to turn stones that need not be turned. There's no reason to delve into old places. If it's fallen, if it's locked, it needs to be that way. It's you and brigands, and your story sounds a lot like those adventuring folk that ought not be trusted, which is just a stone's throw away from a brigand. So the fact that you sound close to that is dangerous in its own right. That's something that Orphan, you deal with all the time. Even in the presence of Elverneth, who mostly gets gawks and stares because nobody's seen an elf. But Elverneth, they see your people enough to know, and a lot of people refuse service to you because who knows what you could bring. Someone finds out that they helped you, and someone might come knock on their door, kind of thing.
You know, I've been in Bree for a bit of a time. Who's the town gossip?
You?
Well, damn it, Mike, what do I know?
Oh man, Aris, if I could just get a virtual high five on that one. Hot damn.
I'm happy being the town gossip. I guess I'm saying if I'm the town gossip, I best know something or have an into some kind of information.
Oh shit. Shitty shit. Okay.
Well, here's
So-
the thing, right? We have a whole ass month
Yes.
in our downtime.
That's what
So it doesn't have to be solved tonight.
Yes.
Like, Willie's really good about being unseen.
Yeah.
Small person in a big world. What can he hear? Just being a fly on the wall.
Yeah, maybe
In
you're my
various different
informant.
places.
So
That's why I'm the my
Yeah, so
informant.
right, isn't there a we can one of the tasks we can do is like seek out rumors?
yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna
Mhm.
jump back into some mechanical bullshit. The fellowship phase, which is what you guys are in now and will end at the end of this episode, is going to take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, depending on whatever you guys want. It looks like it's leaning towards a month. Because we are not in the Yule of the end of the year. You get as a group to choose one undertaking, and then as a group another one undertaking that must be must include that it's free with one of your classes, essentially. I forget the word for it. So either scholar, messenger, warden,
Wait, what do you
or
mean
treasure hunter.
free?
So in the book on page 121, there are certain undertakings that say a company including a warden can choose this activity as a free undertaking. So you get one and one of the free ones based on your calling. So they are gather rumors, which seems like what you're trying to do. Heal scars, meet your patron, which is not applicable at this moment. Ponder storied and figured maps. Raise an heir, which is also not applicable at this moment. Recount a story. Strengthen the fellowship. Study magical items. Write a song. And that's it.
Where are you seeing this list?
Page 121 and 122 and 123.
It's not on my page one.
They're not just a list, it's like paragraphs for each thing.
Oh,
So
I
you're
see
you're
this.
looking for a list. There's no
I got you.
it's a
Thank
long
you, Eris.
list.
Yeah,
Yep, I
sorry.
got you. Thank you, Eris. Yep. Oh, I see. Gather rumors. Oh, I see. Okay.
So it seems like gather rumors might be the one you choose to start with. I will read that off here in case that is the one. News of strange things happen in the world are multiplying with every passing year. Tidings of a gathering darkness of distant wars and the flight of elves. Vague legends and old songs are proving to be more than just children's stories. Player heroes gathering rumors try to separate facts from fireside tale and to gather stories that may prove useful in their adventure. A rumor can be a story about an individual, a place, or a coming event, pointing specifically to something that the company can explore, prevent, or aspire to achieve. Otherwise, a rumor can be something specific that the player hero is inquiring about and directly related to the current adventuring circumstances of the company. What this is, the benefit of this is you choose this undertaking and receive an applicable rumor from me. So this sounds like what you're trying to do with Willie and Glowfram. If that's the case, you would collectively agree to that and then pick another one because you can do two. The second one has to be per your class.
Per our class. I was thinking if we did pondered stories and figured maps, if we travel, we can know what trouble might be ahead. That's what it says.
Yeah, the mechanics of the pondered, storied and figured maps is until the next fellowship phase, apply a modifier of +1 to all feat dice rolls made to determine the nature of events during an event resolution step in a journey phase. Which means when you guys take your journey, we roll and see how many events happen along there. They could be bad, they could be good, and this would give you a bonus towards that, towards avoiding bad ones, basically.
Because I imagine we're not going to be staying still for very long after we figure out where our next step is.
Yeah, and if Willie and Glowfram are working on spreading rumors and gathering rumors, then that seems like it's a really good place for Orphan and Elverneth to go through and like study the maps and routes that we would be taking, leaving here.
Only can we do that? Like, because it's a scholar-based undertaking. Plus, it's funny because the other one's a warden one, which would be better for. But yeah, it doesn't matter as long as we can take them. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, make it so.
I think those two.
Okay, so I believe the event resolution step of the journey. I'll write this down, but I believe that falls on Willie. Or it might fall on me. It's one of the two of us. Actually, no. I'm sorry. It would be either me or Glowfram, because you're the guide. Either way, I'll write that information down.
Okay.
That's good. So, what I would like before we end today's episode is in the month you have here in Bree, what do those two undertakings look like? I assume you're all helping in some capacity. So, what does gathering rumors and ponder storied and figured maps look like collectively? You guys tell me.
I imagine. Actually, you know what? I can do this now.
I don't have to be Glowfram anymore. I imagine that Glowfram's gossip or like rumor collecting usually looks like drinking and getting a lot of people around her wasted so they spill the beans. But I also know Glowfram over this amount of time would want to patch our armor and stuff. So even might work at like the local blacksmith to get rumors from like the hardworking folk of Bree, maybe even to just be around. Yeah, and then I imagine Glowfram will take whatever information that the other two bring back and put it to like what basic road knowledge Glowfram has to like help find the right path, right? So they basically scout ahead and we make our best path forward.
Okay.
When we know what we're even going for.
Okay. Everyone else?
Probably poring over books and maps, going through what I remember from ancient times and being like, oh well, there's a there's a ruin there now, which it's no longer on this map, but I know it's there. And we should avoid this area because I've heard that stuff's here, but that's not what we're dealing with. We just need to avoid that because we need to stay on target and etc.
I think Orphan definitely would be assisting in that, and also probably starting to prep for future travel by, all the logistics in terms of horses, in terms of supplies, what we might need, especially considering one of the goals is to go to wow, having the biggest brain fart, to going to meet Elrond.
Rivendell.
All the way to
thank you.
Rivendell. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely need appropriate supplies and for that journey. So I think that's what he would be assisting with.
Yeah, Willie's probably going to hang out more in the the trade square area, or like the town market, just doing his thing, dealing little baubles, trading stuff, but like listening to what the townsfolk are saying, paying more attention to what the tradesfolk are saying, as far as any whispers go.
Okay. So we see a montage of of our characters scattered about Bree, poring over books, maps, tomes, listening, making a quartermaster's list of possible resources, and observing the town in an inconspicuous way. And that is where we wrap up our very first fellowship phase. And we will return next week with a new adventuring phase and a new set of rumors for our players here. So, that is it for our episode today. We're gonna go around, do our introductions, and get out of here. So let's start with Cat in the Lap. Aris, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Hello, I'm Erisvad. I make things. You can find the things that I make at erisvad.com, like this ass hat or this cat shirt or Rufus merch. You can also go there between now and 10 a.m. Central tomorrow and use the code Take a Walk to save yourself 25% off all of my ready to ship items.
What is Take a Walk?
Take a walk, as in I need to go walk to the post office.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hey, Eris, go take a walk.
I was so confused. I was like, I'm missing something.
Send me on a walk.
Here. I'm missing something here. I was like, is it a charity? Are we?
It's a charity. It's called Rufus's college fund.
Yeah,
and by
perfect.
College, I mean I need to actually just get cat supplies. I need some stuff for Rufus, so
Fair enough.
buy my things so I can give my cat a good life.
Do it. Go buy those things. Gnome, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Yeah, what's up, y'all? I'm Gnome. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those places. At Nomadic. I don't know. I'm doing this. Streaming.
That's true. You're tapped out. You have no more streams.
Yeah, I got no more streams. Just hanging out now. Just doing regular streamerinos, and then Gnome Brew every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Isn't it weird?
It's super weird.
As of today, I also have no more streams.
Yeah, I've got no more games.
Yeah.
Just this game.
Dot, same questions. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
I'm a Dot. You can find me where, little red dots are found out there. Hustling for Kobold Press, hustling for Unmade Gaming, hustling for Pod by Night, baby. Hustle, hustle.
Hell yes. Last but not least, KP, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
I'm just tired. No.
Oh God, that hit home.
Oh boy. Smile through the pain, guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm this is my show, guys. I'm on this. This year is going to be just me being busy. I'm moving to Dallas, so until March I'm going to be doing a bunch of packing. So not much in terms of content. However, hopefully once things get ironed out, and once we move and I get settled in, I do have a couple things in the backdrop that hopefully I can announce soon, but we'll see. But in the meantime, just find me here with my lovely group of friends and just watch us have fun and laugh and tell fun stories with each other. I think that's all I can. That's my little shining star in my life.
Hell yeah. I love that. That. That's going to be it from us, friends. As always, if you like what we do here, if you like what you see here, you want to help support us, Patreon link down below. While you're down there, click on that Discord link. Get in the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. But that's it from us. We're going to get out of here. We love your faces. We'll see you next time for more of these shenanigans. Bye bye.